don't like the head tossing. So I'm just going to keep working on things, focusing on the center of her body so I can catch everything that's happening all the way around her. There we go. That's good. I'm okay with that. She fought the reins the most. So, let's see what we can do here. See, she's leaning on that pressure. She just doesn't want to come across. She just won't connect. I feel like she was a little further along in the last riding session, but I feel like her progress is going to be a lot slower because of this mental disconnect. She just does not want to. She's got a sweet nature, so I don't think she's going to cause me any trouble. But softening her up is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And as we remember, she did not want to move very well. So I'm okay with this. Let's see what we got here. Let's do that a couple times. If that goes good, I'll get on. She needs to soften in my direction. See how she feels about the leg going over. Okay, going up for keeps now. Okay. Let go of all my stress, any that I might have had. Start working on projecting my energy into her. So here we go. Turn, leg, slack, wiggle, 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 pull, pull. Let her straighten out. Getting movement today might be easy. So turn, leg, good. Bending okay to the right. Straighten out. So I'm going to put my left leg on to straighten her out. If she doesn't, I'm just going to let that rein. Turn left, leg, pressure, flat, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. So she's not really bending very well to the left, so I'm going to stay on the left side for a little while. Turn leg, pressure, slack. Nice job. Where that came so easy, I'm going to go right just to see if is she okay looking that way, but not okay looking that way, which her friend's over there, so I don't understand why that would be the case. But turn, leg, nope, she's still bending right, real nice. So So for whatever reason, she didn't want to bend left before. Okay, so she's going left, but she's not bending as good as she should be. Right here. I'm just going to use a little more heel in hand, but she gets a release after every request until she softens. Here we go. Turn, leg, flat, heel in hand. That's not as good as I would like. Good, good. Now let her straighten out. Touch her with my right heel just to get her straight again. She's walking on her own here. She wants to be with her friend. We're going to go through this same thing that we went through before. So as long as she's going away, so I'll bring her back. As long as she was willing to go away, I'll bring her back. So if she's fighting me, we go away. If she listens, I give her what she wants. But she can't resist me and just take everything that I'm offering her, because that's just not fair. Good. And so I'm going to turn her left to go back to her friend. Because I was turning her left and she was fighting the left turn to go away, so I'll turn her left to go back. Turn her left. She's not listening, so I'm going to bump. There we go. Now you can turn and look at it. Good. Okay, so she's not liking your company, so we got to go. Okay. So right here, she's fighting me. I'm just pushing for a little bit more try on her. So she's ignoring everything. So I'm just going to kind of just be a little bit of a jerk. Trying not to pull too hard on her, but at the same time letting her know that if she just gives to this, she starts moving her feet, but she's not giving to that range. So I'm just going to keep doing it. If she does it, I'm going to tell her to move. I got to make sure everything in my body is pushing here. So this is all going down into her. My leg, everything. Here we go. Good girl. I'm going to release any tension that built up in me for her letting go. Consciously, I was, don't get mad at her, but at the same time, when you're pulling, it's hard to not say or think, what the hell's the matter with you? Why aren't you going? That's negative. I got to release that before I get started again. So here we go. There. That was nice. So now we're going to go to the right. Good. That was nice. So we're going to kind of sort of head back to her, and then we're going to turn left. So she's not doing it. Yeah. And so now I'll go away. And I'm going to take her back to the left. I want her to understand, if you're going to give me trouble. Yeah, that was nice. So right here, I'll just continue the left and bring her right in. Because that was nice. She left the way she was supposed to. So let's see what it takes to get her away to the right. That was easy. No, she's glued. Got a little glued right there. You're a little pissy there. I'm going to turn left again. She doesn't want to, so I'm going to pull hard, pull hard, pull hard, pull hard, pull hard. But then, notice, every time I pull, I release. And so basically what I'm telling, there we go. That one came real easy. I'm going to ask her to come. So right there, I feel that pressure. There it is. So when I'm pulling and I'm feeling 5 pounds, and then all of a sudden I pull and I only feel 1 pound, I stop. Even if I didn't get what I wanted, because her mind frame is, oh, okay, I'll stop resisting. And that's what I want. I want her to understand that resisting is not worthy. And I don't want to jab on her, and I don't want to have to hold extra pressure, and I don't want to have to brace myself against the saddle in order to pull her head back. I want her mind, the minute she feels that knot move, to do that, you know? Just like this. That's nice. Now she's leaning. She's leaning. There. Let's do it again. So she's leaning. Yeah. But you see the face? It's like this and not like this. So in her mind, there's still something there. So, there. Right? See the eye softened up too? Good. Let's go to the right. So here I'm pulling a little back because I'm trying to slow her forward movement down. Good. So you notice I wanted a left turn. She's been fighting my rein. So I put my left leg on and I swat that hind end. What happens? I get a nice soft bend without pulling on a rein, right? So there are things you can do to activate the mind. Now right there, it activated a frustration and a retaliation mindset. But if I can get her, there, if I can get her to think left, then she'll bend left, right? So at first she's like, what the fuck do you want? You know? But, you know, we'll get away from that, you know? She, yeah, good. That was nice. Let's try it in movement. So she's leaking through the left shoulder. So let's take it to the right. Now she's following, leaking a little bit. Going a little too heavy to the right, so we take it back to the left. So we're gonna touch that hip. Touch that hip. So here I might really swat on that hip. Okay, so the ears were back this time, right? But she didn't have as hard an eye and she wasn't as irritated, right? So deep down, she's starting to realize that I'm trying to have a conversation with her, and I'm not pushing more, or I'm not pushing too much, and I'm not trying to get more than I deserve. And so as long as she's thinking that way, then she'll start doing more for me. And, you know, she won't look at me as a dictator or you know, somebody who doesn't deserve a response. Really want to soften those, and I'm just going to do it as close to just moving that knot as possible. So here, we're going to go this way. She's leaking through that left shoulder. There we go. Now we can go left. Having a hard time. Yeah, good girl. So I'm going to let her stop here. Now, she stops better off my body. Once I stop riding, she stops going. But she's hard to get going too, so. You know, so whichever, I don't know, you know, I guess it depends on your riding style to, you know, or your riding ability, or your ability to manage the issues. What are you comfortable with? You know, are you okay with a horse that wants to go when you don't want him to? Are you okay with a horse that doesn't want to go when you want them to? You know, so different people will adapt to a different style of horse a little bit better. Some people don't care either way. They get what they get, they know what to do, and that's fine. The more experience you have, then the more horses you can ride and not fall into that. Good girl. I was asking to move, not just a bit. So. You see that irritation when I ask for more? So I got to get through that, because a horse like this would be more likely to, when you pick up speed, kind of hop and contest, not necessarily a buck, but kind of hop or kick out a little bit and say, I didn't want to do that. I'll do it, but they're just throwing a little bit of a tantrum, you know. This right here tells me she might do that, you know. Will she? I don't know. But with that mindset, better chance that she will as opposed to she won't. So knowing that makes me want to address these things in a way where I address her emotions with a little bit of extra. There we go. There we go. She gave me a little extra. Ears are laid back, but... So again, I don't want to take more than she's willing to give. So I know that she's a little frustrated with me asking for more. So I'm going to manage the more till I get that little bit more and then say thank you. Don't go for the whole trot or try and get a canter. That would be foolish. Well, if I wanted to speed up the process, probably wouldn't be foolish, but I would have to be prepared to ride a buck. And quite honestly, I want to do this into my 80s, so I want to do it the smarter way. I'd rather it take longer and never get the buck. Not that I never get a buck. I still, but you know, if that happens, that tells me I went too fast. I went too far too fast. Yeah. Get that little bit of a try. Open, no.
Mm-mm.
So she's having a hard time. Okay, I want to go as deep as I can. And then try to hurry. As soon as I feel a steady flow. Now the only reason I turned her away is when the light pressure, she didn't bend. So I turned her away. I let her stay here, but she didn't bend away. So right there, I felt, I didn't really want the trot, but I felt she was really, really resisting me. So I put in an awful lot of work to get these little bitty tries. So I had to go a little bit further to say, you know, I'm gonna keep doing this until you give me more. She gave me more, I stopped, I proved it. If you give me more, I'll stop, right? So, but again, I wanna be firm enough to let her know that I'm going to keep asking, but fair enough to not over ask, right? Now I bumped her pretty hard over there by the barrels because I totally lost her attention over there. But I think that was 2, maybe 3 pops. Unfortunately, I got a little too close over there. I should have been aware not to get. So my fault, but as long as it doesn't happen too often, it won't be a big deal. I might need you with a flag. Unfortunately, you're gonna probably